We are back with a brand new video. What is good, Heat Nation? In today's video, you guys might be familiar with this, but we're doing something a little bit different. Now, if you guys are, OGs of the channel, if you guys have been messing with my channel for a little bit, you guys will know that occasionally I do these type of videos where I kind of go onto this website called Fanspo. I look at, Heat fans in particular, but there's also like trade packages from every other like fan base in the NBA. But for this channel's purposes, I look at trade packages from Heat fans, I react to them, and kind of give my grades on the trade packages. Just wanted to give my thoughts. I do this, like I said, once in a while. So I thought I haven't done it in a while. I might as well just do it in this video. We're getting closer and closer to the trade deadline. So I know it's not for like maybe like a couple of months now, but still, we're still getting closer by the day. Before we get into it, I just want to wish you guys a very, very happy new year. I am recording this on the the first night. So this video will probably be out on the second. So I want to wish you guys a very happy new year. Hopefully you guys' 2023 is better than 2022, as good as 2022 for some of you. Like, hopefully this is the best year y'all will ever have. And I really appreciate every one of you guys' support for this channel. For the guys who've been with me since we started back in 2021 and 2020, to the people who just came, and subscribed to the channel off of the last video itself. Like, you guys have, mean everything to me. The support you guys show is incredible. And yeah, we're not done, man. We're trying to get to 10K. That's our like big goal. I don't know if we're gonna hit that by the end of 2023, but that's my goal. So I'm gonna try to do everything I can to make that happen. So hopefully y'all stick around with me till the end of 2023, and till whenever I take this channel too. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. Make sure y'all check out my second channel. Link will be in the description. Just uploaded a mock draft reaction. ESPN posted a mock draft, and my Twitter will also be in the description. But yeah, happy new year to everybody. Hopefully y'all 2023 is really, really special. Let's get right into it. So yeah, we are doing this again. Like I said, fanspo.com. Shout out to Fanspo. I just kind of filtered through top trades. This guy's everywhere. He's been here. J-Man 9853. Like, even when I was reacting to trade packages in the past, he was posting a lot of trade packages, like even in past videos. So shout out to J-Man, man. He's really been consistent. We'll take a look at this trade. Some trades I just kind of scroll past, but this is the top voted trade. It is a 5-team deal, so y'all gonna have to bear with me because it's a lot of information. Like, the Bulls are getting like 50 things over here. So again, probably like unrealistic, but it's still a fun trade to look at. So the Heat get Derrick Rose and DeMar DeRozan. The Knicks get Zach LaVine. The Nets get Vucevic. The Bulls get Fournier, Hardaway Jr., Joe Harris, Duncan Robinson, Quentin Grimes, Josh Green, Day'Ron Sharpe, 2 first-round picks from the Heat, 3 first-round picks from the Knicks, actually 4 first-round picks from the Knicks, a first from Dallas, and a first from Brooklyn. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know what the Mavs get real quick. I just got to go check. Oh, the Mavs get Kyle Lowry. Okay. Now, first of all, I think the Mavs would probably need some draft capital to take on Kyle Lowry's contract. Now, it's a pretty hefty deal, so I don't think the Mavs would take on Lowry's contract without any picks attached. Second of all, I doubt the Knicks would be willing to give up 4 first-round picks for Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine's a very promising. He's not even like a young player anymore. He's like in his mid-20s, so he's not even like as promising as he was before. But he's still a very good player. But 4 firsts is a lot. I mean, like, you're asking, for a lot for 4 firsts. Like, that is a lot of picks to give up. And I don't know if the Knicks want to do that, because what is their roster going to be? It's going to be Brunson, LaVine, Barrett, Randall, and Mitchell Robinson. I mean, that's a solid team, but is that a contender? I don't think so. You gave up basically all your future picks. I like Quentin Grimes a lot. I would try to keep Quentin Grimes in the deal. You did get rid of Evan Fournier, but I don't know if the Knicks would want to, go all in for Zach LaVine right now. I just don't think they have the team necessary to do that. The Nets, they get Vucevic, and they only give up Joe Harris in a first-round pick. So I think, and Day'Ron Sharpe, who's not really in the rotation. I think the Nets would probably like take this deal. They're not really giving up too much. Joe Harris missed the whole of last season with the ACL injury, and this season he hasn't been like anything special. The Heat, obviously we're gonna spend a lot of time on the Heat. That's why I want to fly by the other teams before I talked about the Heat. We get D Rose and DeRozan. We give up Duncan, and 2 picks and Kyle. I would do it. I think I would do it. Duncan, Shout out to Duncan, by the way, broke the franchise record for 3-pointers made, which is crazy. He basically did it in like 2 seasons or 3 seasons because like he didn't play like basically any of last season, and he played like the first half, but the end of last season, like the second half of last season, and like the majority of this season, he hasn't really played. So it's incredible. It's an incredible achievement. He breaking the franchise record in 3-pointers made. Like that's something that he should be proud of. But again, I just don't think he's a part of the future because of his contract. 2 firsts, I wouldn't mind giving up 2 firsts because I think with D Rose and DeRozan, that's funny. D Rose and DeRozan are very similar pronunciation wise, but Lowry, I don't think Lowry is like that big of a deal if we trade away. Like he hasn't been like anything like crazy good. Like he's shown some flashes for us, but it's like for what we're paying him, it hasn't nearly been what we need. A lot of people would be like, does DeMar fit with this team? I'm kind of just over getting players that fit just because like they're undrafted or whatnot. Like, yeah, like some players who fit our teams are good, but at the end of the day, like talent wins you games, and I think Spo can figure out a way to maximize the amount of talent on the floor. You have all NBA caliber players in Jimmy, Bam already. You have an all-star caliber player in Tyler Hero who just hit a game winner. Shout out to Hero. And then you add another all NBA caliber player in DeRozan, and you don't really give up that much in return. You're giving up 2 of the worst contracts on the team, and you're giving up 2 first-round picks. One of them is protected. So I think the Heat would do this. The Bulls, it would be tough for the Bulls. I mean, the Bulls get like 10 picks back, so I think the Bulls might do it too. So I think if I had to say like what teams wouldn't do it, probably the Knicks and the Mavericks. But I think the Mavericks is very simple. Like it's a simple fix. All you have to do is probably just move one of the Heat picks from here and move it to Dallas, because the Bulls already are getting 4 picks from the Knicks. They're getting a first from the Mavericks, and they're getting a first from the Nets. I don't think they need like 7. I think they'll live with having 6 firsts, or what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They'll live with having 7 firsts instead of 8. You can give one of the firsts to the Mavericks. That will like make it a little bit better. The Knicks is the only like sticking point for me. I think that I just don't know if they would want to like take on Zach LaVine right now, just because like I don't think they have the team necessary to compete. So it wouldn't really be making sense for them to like gut their future and give up all their picks just to get Zach LaVine, who hasn't been like anything special this season, and who honestly like isn't like making them contenders or anything. So that was a solid start. That took up a lot of my time, so I'm not going to spend too much time. This was a 5-team deal, so that's why I just wanted to spend a lot of time on this trade. But this one probably won't be taking up as much. Kyle Lowry and a first for Kyle Kuzma, Monte Morris. Again, I love Kyle Lowry, but I would probably do this deal as well. The main reason is that you're getting off his contract. I cannot emphasize how much flexibility this gives us. I honestly trust Gabe Vincent to be like a steady starting point guard for now. But even if he doesn't start, you still have Hero and Jimmy as facilitators. Bam is a very good playmaking center. I still think, size is our biggest issue, and Kuzma definitely addresses that. He's been having an amazing season. He's averaging 20 plus points per game. He's been rebounding the ball extremely well. You still get a point guard in return to he won't do exactly what Kyle does, but Monte Morris has always been like a very steady point guard. One of the things I love about Monte Morris is that his assist to turnover ratio has always been one of the best in the NBA. So he's a very high IQ player. I believe that he would be one of the best backup point guards in the league. And we're only giving up 1 pick from this year. We're getting rid of Kyle Lowry's contract. I would send it in. Now, would the Wizards do it? Probably not. I think, they might. Let me see what the comments are saying, to be honest. Yeah, not sure I don't think the Wizards are going to do this deal because his contract is just way too big, and like Kyle Kuzma's value is extremely high right now. So it would be tough, but if you're the Heat, you would do this trade for sure. Moving on, we have Trae Young to the Heat. J-Man is on a roll right now. He's making all these deals. The Hawks get Lowry, Saric, Highsmith, Hero, Jovic, three firsts from the Heat, 2 firsts from the Suns. The Heat get Jay Crowder and Trae Young. The Suns get John Collins. Now, before I even react, I just want to see if he has any reasoning here. Okay, so he doesn't have any explanation, because some people have explanations for their trades. I just don't think he put any. And there's no comments or anything either. Yeah, so off of face value itself, I'm just gonna go through the starting lineups now for the Heat and the Suns. The Hawks are probably just doing this to like retool a little bit because, you know, Trey, there's been some friction in the organization with Trey and Nate McMillan, and the team has been playing a lot like better team basketball without Trey. This is nothing against Trey. Trey's amazing, but yeah. The Heat, actually, let me go to the Suns first. The Suns would have CP3, D-Book, obviously, Mikal, Collins, Ayton. I think for them, this is a very easy trade for them. Actually, to be honest, bro, I was going to say it's an easy trade for them to do, but 2 first-round picks is a lot for John Collins. I mean, because John Collins, I think the idea of John Collins is better than the player himself, because he hasn't been like, you know, a lot of people talk about him as this like floor spacing big who can also like be very explosive at the rim offensively, extremely versatile, can score at 3 levels, but like he hasn't really shown that consistently. So it's asking a lot for a team to give up 2 first-round picks. But then again, one of them is lottery protected. Dario Saric has not played at all this season, I don't think. I think he's still torn his ACL, and neither has Jay Crowder. So you're basically just trading for John Collins and giving up 2 picks. So actually, yeah, I think this is fair for the Suns, especially because one of them is lottery protected. Miami gets Trey and Jay Crowder. So this would make their starting lineup a lineup of Trey, probably Strus at the 2, Jimmy, Jay Crowder, and Bam. Where would that put this team? It would be better for sure, but like you're losing some depth though. Like I think the starting lineup would be a lot better, but you're losing depth here because Lowry, like say whatever you want about him, you still have Gabe as your backup point guard. Okay, that's fine. Shooting guard, very thin. I guess it would have to be Duncan. Duncan would have to be the backup too. Small forward, again, who is a small forward? Is it going to be Caleb? Because we don't have Highsmith, we don't have Jovic because they're getting traded in this deal. Power forward, again, who is that going to be? Center, we have Orlando Robinson, but the bench is a little bit thin, which is what scares me with this trade. I think if we could like potentially keep Highsmith or Jovic in this deal, I would probably do it. And like people have to understand, any trade for Trae Young would have to include Tyler Hero, which is why I'm not mentioning Tyler Hero's name. He would have to be in this deal 100% because I mean, Trae Young is arguably, like, depending who you ask, he's a top 20 player in this league. So, like, you know, you would have to give up Tyler. So Tyler and Kyle, I'm not too fussed about. The 3 picks are 3 picks, but you're still getting, like, one of the best young players in this league. And whatever people want to say about him, I know, like, based on this season, a lot of people, like, they're turned off by Trae Young. But, like, NBA fans are very reactionary. So, like, after players have like a bad stretch of games, like they'll just suddenly turn on them. Like, you have to be consistent in your takes. You can't flip-flop all the time. And, you know, I think since like the playoff series against Miami, where we kind of shut him down, I think a lot of people have kind of been like, you know, they've had negative opinions about him. But as a Heat fan myself who watched that series, we literally did everything we had to because he literally had 0 help. Like, he was playing like with like his supporting cast was terrible. So all we had to do was get the ball out of his hands, and that's what we did. We trapped him at every opportunity we could. So, I mean, like, I don't think it's his fault that he played bad that series. We literally threw the whole defense at him. We didn't care if anyone else was making shots, which is why in the last game, DeAndre Hunter at 36, Bogdanovich spaz in a couple of those games. Like, you know, we didn't care if anybody else scored or went off. We were literally, our whole defense was designed to take Trae out the game, and that's what we did. So, yeah, I mean, I would probably do this if we could keep Highsmith or Jovic, because I think we need one of the wings. Because we're very thin on wings if we don't have Highsmith and Jovic, because then our only wings become Butler and Crowder starting, and Martin is the only backup wing. We don't have another wing. Is it Jamal Cain? Is Jamal Cain suddenly going to be the emerging wing? We don't know. So I would probably do the deal if, you know, Highsmith or Jovic were not involved. But honestly, I don't think this is a bad trade, bro. Like, shout out to J-Man. He really did his thing on this trade. I mean, because the Hawks, like, say what you want. Like, you know, Lowry's contract is atrocious, but they get back a very promising young player in Tyler. Jovic has potential, in my opinion. So does Highsmith as a 3-and-D player. And they're getting 5 first-round picks. So it's like, bro, like, I mean, you're getting rid of Trae and John, but, like, you're getting 5 picks plus Jovic, Hero, Highsmith. Like, good, solid young players, an expiring deal in Dario Saric, and then you just have to eat up Kyle Lowry's deal for a couple years, but you get 5 picks in return. So I don't think the Hawks would be too opposed to this either. But yeah, I'm not too mad at this deal. So shout out to J-Man for this one. We'll react to a couple of more trades. Julius Randle to the Heat. Let me know what y'all think about this. I you know, people will say like Julius Randle, like he doesn't fit, like he's not a winning player. Duncan Jovic in the first is literally nothing, because these are 2 players who don't play, and a first round pick, like the Heat don't really rely on first round picks anyway. They find guys undrafted anyway. So like we're giving up 2 guys who are not in the rotation, and we're giving up a first. So we're essentially just giving up a first round pick for Julius Randle. Now obviously Nikola Jovic has the potential, but right now, and I keep saying this, we got to cater to Jimmy Butler's timeline. You know, we can't be worried about developing another player who's going to need time to develop. You know, maybe we could try to do the 2 timeline thing, or we do the Jimmy Butler timeline now and then we prepare Jovic for the future. But like right now, our team is not good enough to cater to Jimmy's timeline, which is why, you know, upgrades have to be made. And Julius Randle, whatever you want to say about him, is having a terrific season. So yeah, shout out to him. And I mean, yeah, man. I think that I really think that in a winning situation, Julius Randle would be a lot better. So, I mean, say what y'all want. I know this is very controversial, but I probably would do this trade just because of the talent itself. And I actually think we might end it off here. Yeah, to be honest, I don't think we should, because a lot of these names are the same. So, yeah, we'll end the video off here. Hopefully, y'all enjoy the video, man. Again, a very, very happy New Year's to you guys. Hopefully 2023 is a blast. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and go check out my second channel, Twitter. Everything will be in the description. I'll see y'all later as always, man. Peace.